Saweetie is a female rapper from the Bay Area, California, who initially gained a following online and began blowing up when she freestyled over Kia's My Neck, My Back, which eventually went on to become Saweetie's debut single, Icy Girl, released back in 2017. Saweetie continued to drop music throughout the late 2010s and especially started gaining a lot of traction around 2019 with tracks like My Type getting attention online. The beginning of the new decade initially saw a lot of success for Saweetie with songs like Tappin', Pretty Bitch Freestyle, and Best Friend with Doja Cat doing well. Her debut album was actually teased to be released around this time, but ultimately did not. Instead, she dropped her Pretty Summer playlist around the spring of 2021. Saweetie continued to drop singles such as Closer with her, but it seems like her music started to slow down around this time. Saweetie ultimately stopped dropping as much music and started partaking in more ventures outside of music. Around this time, we saw Saweetie taking on various brand deals, such as her own McDonald's meal, a collection with Pretty Little Thing, and a few beauty deals with brands like Kiss and MAC Cosmetics. Now, I'm all about her getting her bag and exposure, but it's undeniable that she had put her music on the back burner for a minute. Saweetie did drop an EP back in 2022 called The Single Life, but it seemingly feels like no one tapped in, if you feel me, as it did underperform on the charts. Since then, it seemingly feels like Saweetie has been living off singles and random EPs here and there. So, Saweetie has previously spoken about this with Rolling Stone. She previously claimed that while she initially wanted her album to come out around 2021, she did push back the album release date due to wanting to perfect the overall sound of her album. Saweetie said, "I feel like a debut album is not something you just put out. It's not something you play with. I'm a Cancer, so I overthink sometimes, but I think you have to be really careful with that, and I take my art really serious." Saweetie has also said that she wants Pretty Bitch music to be more than just an album. She intends for it to be a movement. So I generally understand where Saweetie's coming from, and I respect any artist's desire to keep perfecting and improving upon their craft. I think that's valid. I just don't understand why it's taken so long for Saweetie to create this sound in the first place. Saweetie has been making music for over 5 years now, and I think it's just a little bit crazy that she's not dropped a debut album. And I feel like at this point, some of those brand deals and sponsorships are just kind of excuses to keep postponing it. But after all these years of little to no Saweetie music, I genuinely feel like she's beginning to lose some of her hype for her music that she initially had in 2020, 2021. Saweetie is most definitely still well known and keeping her name known off other ventures, but it's just not about music at this time. But Saweetie is still working on music. She claimed that she's always recording and working on music overall. And within the last few months, I have seen her drop some songs, her Mortal Freestyle, and she did do a verse for Do It for the Bay with Pilo. And I saw she's dropping a song called Rich Activities this week. So maybe 2024 will finally be the year we get to hear Saweetie's debut album.